Welcome back. Joining us now, you recognize her, Alison Arngrim. You know her as Nellie Olson from Little House on the Prairie. And my buddy over here, Lynn Meyercord with APO, AIDS Project of the Ozarks. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, what on earth brings you to town? Let's just start with that, because we can't ignore the fact that you're here. You just love Springfield.
I do, and I keep coming back to Springfield, because Missouri is also where you have Mansfield, where Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote the books. That's where she was living with a mother.
Sure.
So I've been to Missouri many, many times, and I got a wonderful letter from the AIDS Project of the Ozarks saying, look, we're trying to do some events, bring in a celebrity, we have a wonderful AIDS walk. And I said, well, that sounds like something I would do, because I've been very involved with different charities and AIDS Project Los Angeles going back to '86 and going around the country to smaller projects that are helping people with HIV that maybe don't get a lot of people coming in from Hollywood to do stuff. And I said, I'll come.
Exactly.
Well, now, what got you involved? I mean, there are so many charities, probably so many people who would like a piece of your time. What involved you with, working for AIDS and HIV education, things like that?
Well, if you watched Little House on the Prairie, which I guess you did.
Yes,
Just a little.
I think so.
That's as I was
Heard
saying.
of it? Sure, yeah.
It is, yes.
Only a few years worth.
Well, when I finally got nice, I got married off on the show to Percival. And finally he told Mrs. Olson to shut up and made me nice. Wonderful actor, Steve Tracy, wonderful guy. And he actually died of AIDS in 1986.
So it's very personal for you.
Absolutely. He was my best friend. And he died, and it was that time I began volunteering at AIDS Project Los Angeles and LA and doing their hotline training, which was just wonderful. And so ever since then, I've been helping out smaller organizations that help people living with HIV.
Very good. We've established that it means a lot to you, and I want to hear more about your show that you've got coming up at the Giveaways on Saturday. But Lynn Meyercord, let's get to you real quick and tell our audience a little bit about APO and the history and how many people you serve.
Wow. We have been around since 1985.
Which is like amazing, because nobody's still in business.
It is amazing. And I came across some documents in the office the other day. In 1989, there were 148 folks living in the Ozarks with HIV and AIDS. And last year, we served 711 just at our place. So there's right around 1,000 people living with HIV and AIDS in the Ozarks. And we provide medical care, case management, dental care.
Well, that's what I like when I got the letter, because they're unusual. There's a lot of AIDS projects. They say, well, we're doing education and we're doing case management. They're actually doing, they have a whole clinic. They're actually doing medical care and testing and the education, and they have a holiday party and they have a food pantry. And I looked at 29 counties? 29 counties.
20,000 square miles. I had to add it up for a grant application.
20,000 square miles.
20,000 square miles.
Are you finding still that in that
golly.
20,000 miles there are still a bunch of people saying, oh, not in my community?
Sure, not as much, but I think that's the case, and I think especially in the smaller areas. But every county we serve has at least 2 people with HIV living in it.
People
now,
die.
certainly Greene County and Jasper County a lot more.
Sure.
Well, even in Los Angeles, people think, AIDS is over, but there's the cocktail, the pills
there's
you can
medicine,
take,
it's
it's fine.
fine.
Oh, who out in the Ozarks? But it's not gone away. HIV has not gone away. Not everyone can take the cocktail. People are still sick. People are still dying, unfortunately. And yes, people here in Missouri. So,
and there's lots of testing for people, because people need to know that they have it so they can get that care and that sort of thing, for sure. And have you ever added up how many people you've served over all the course of the years? I mean, cumulatively?
No.
That would be a lot.
That would be a whole lot. Well, actually, the health department keeps some records. There have been 1,500 that we know of. Again. Over the years.
But that's kind of direct. There is a ripple effect, when you're talking about education and treatment.
Absolutely. All right, Alison, on to your show.
Yes.
Your show, it's a stand-up show. Now, you joke, or maybe not, I've heard you say, you've been hated and called names since you were 11 years old.
Everyone hates me, except the French.
So sorry.
Except the French. You and Jerry.
They don't think Nellie Olson's mean. They think she's French. So
I knew exactly what you meant. See, look at her. Look at you.
I'm horrible. I have been called every horrible name in the book to my face since I was 12 years old. And I had someone throw a McDonald's cup of orange soda at my head in a Christmas parade once. These terrible stories and more on Saturday night. We're going to be the historic Giveaways Theater. They told me it is historic. I hear it's beautiful.
It is
I saw
beautiful
online.
theater.
It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'm doing a whole show. It's Confessions of a Prairie. Well, rhymes with witch.
I can only
In fact, yeah.
imagine.
And I do tell a few naughty stories and some hilarious ones, and about what it's like to be a child star. And my mother, who did cartoons, was Casper and Gumby and Sweet Polly Purebred.
A lot of voices that we all recognize.
Right. My mother was famous. My father worked for Liberace, of
Get
all
out.
people. I have all these crazy stories because I grew up in Hollywood, and it was weird. And I tell
love
weird
it.
stories about Hollywood. And you can ask anything you want, because we have Ask Alison Anything cards. And I have these made up that actually sit at the room. And when you come to the theater, you write whatever you want on here, and they pass it up. And during the show, I will stop and do Q&A, and I swear I will answer. I don't care what you ask me.
Okay, I have a question
ask
then.
anything.
Are
Yes.
you ready?
Yes.
This is just between me and you.
Okay, and them. Yes. Hi.
Tell me the truth. Did you really like knocking Melissa Gilbert over? Did you enjoy that?
I
Come on.
did. I did.
Did you?
And I liked when I made the stuttering girl cry, and when I made the little girl with one leg shorter than the other girl.
Do you ever see Melissa anymore?
Yes,
Are you friends?
I am. No, we're all friends. I was
That's
just texting
good.
with baby Carrie yesterday.
Really?
Yes, we are all amazingly
When you see Melissa,
still
do you
friends.
give her a hug or you just slam her
We
to the
just,
ground?
it's funny because when we do stuff, we pose for pictures. We're like hugging. They're like, "Oh, right, the hair, strangle."
Yeah.
We did that.
I bet that
But
never
yeah.
happens to you. You don't get asked to do
We're all
that
the whole
ever.
cast of Little House. We're all still friends, and thank God for Facebook and Twitter, so we can talk all the time.
Exactly.
I live near Mrs. Garvey, and I was just out on a book signing thing with Charlotte Stewart, Miss Beadle. Miss Beadle has a book too. I have a book. She has a
Wonderful. I
book. We
love
all
it.
have books out.
That's
Okay,
good. That
so-
makes you feel good about the whole thing.
That's right.
Right.
Your
we
show.
are a family. We
Yes.
are a family.
Yes,
Little
you
House.
are.
We
You always will be,
So you have a
especially to
show.
us. So the show is Saturday evening, what time?
7 o'clock.
7
At the
o'clock.
Gilloys.
Gilloys. And then in the morning, there's the walk.
Oh, the AIDS Walk.
This
yes,
is
Saturday
hello,
morning.
Brewer,
Yes.
It's your AIDS walk, and it is your. Does this say how many annual?
It's
how
the
many
23rd.
23rd annual.
yes.
Who's got an AIDS walk going that long? I don't think
She's
I
good
like
at what
it.
she does. I'm telling
We
you.
do.
That's at
23rd
Phelps
annual.
Grove Park Saturday morning,
It
9
is.
a.m.
Now,
don't miss any of it.
For
We
the
got to
first
take a
time,
break.
there's a dog dress-up contest after.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about
Like
that.
Nellie lookalike.
Nellie-
Prairie
Nellie-
pooches.
Nellie lookalike dog dress
Okay, it's
up?
another look-alike contest, and it's for dogs. Nobody likes
No one
me.
wants to
No
leave
one
you
likes
alone.
me.
No
They hate
correlation
me.
there.
We
They all
feel
hate
bad.
me. They
Ozarks
hate me.
Live will be
They
right
hate
back.
me.
We'll try to take care of this.
Call on the Hurt Line. You pay no legal fees until you win or your case settles.
Republicans and Democrats disagree on lots of issues, but when bipartisan solutions solve real problems, I'm all for it. I worked with Senator Brown of Ohio to pass the Manufacturing Jobs Bill, and Senator Stabenow of Michigan to pass breakthrough mental health legislation. Senator Coons and I led the fight for victims of child abuse, and Senator Murray and I got the first increase in health research in 12 years. From jobs to Alzheimer's, it's about getting things done. I'm Roy Blunt, and I approve this message.